The monarchs are all done, the sunflowers are done, and now you're probably thinking, what the heck are Bonnie and Walt going to do all winter? All these things are like done with. I'm going to tell you, Walt has been prowling the internet to find fabulous recipes. Oh, I gotta open that oven so it quits chiming. Last weekend, we made some really good baguettes. So this weekend, he found a recipe to make Chinese noodles. Super cool and super easy. So I'll walk you through the kitchen today, what I've been doing. Here is my cranberry orange sourdough that's resting. Here is my Honduras sourdough bread that's resting. Oh, I made some banana bread. And I've got some starter going here, and I'm going to make some cornbread later. And thankfully, I'm wearing my workout clothes because I did work out already because eating all this stuff. But coolest thing, he found me this recipe to make Chinese soup noodles, and I'm like this. Oh, fine, Walt. I'll be wrapped in dough, and I'm going to be hanging from the ceiling because this is not going to be easy. But he promised me, Bonnie, I found this recipe, and it is foolproof, which means I go, hey, even Bonnie Lee can't mess it up. It is very, very easy. Making the dough was super easy. It took me about 12 minutes. And then you pat it out and then you let it rest. So here's one thing of noodles ready to go. But here's the one I'm working with. So I've got this. I'll show you how to pull and do. I've got my water. I'm going to turn this down a little. I got my water ready here to actually boil it in, and I've got some broth. So here's my noodles laid out. Got my pizza cutter. Not making pizza, but I'm going to slice some of these babies so I can show you how cool this is. It was so easy. I really kind of wondered if I'd be able to do it. So you just pick up a noodle, and you kind of go like this, like you're back in the schoolyard when you were a kid and you're doing some jump rope. So look at that. I mean, this is so simple. Now I'm done with this noodle. It's not breaking, it's not stretching too thin, and goes right there. I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull and I'm going to jump rope a little. Now I'm so grateful that this one isn't breaking. I did kind of practice a little before we decided to do this, but I thought this is so easy and fun. It might be something you could do with your children. If you wanted to tie them up and know that is. I don't know, so I'm going to do one more. Here they are. Now that you've got your bunch ready to go, now all you do is pick these guys up, take them over to your stove, and I have my boiling water here, and it's going to take a minute. I luckily have a second hand up there, so I'm just going to drop them in and give it a little stir, and they're going to stir. So I'm watching my timer up here. Here is my broth. Now you're saying, oh, I bet Bonnie has a secret recipe for some delicious broth. Aren't you? I totally do. I use some chicken broth. And I found this stuff. Oh my gosh. This is like a Szechuan oily stuff that's filled with chilies, and you put about that much in your broth, and it makes it really hot. So I've got my broth cooking here. I threw just some, canned mushrooms in, just because I didn't go to the store. Canned mushrooms and some carrots. Now these noodles, look at them. Come over, get closer, don't be afraid. Look at this. Are they not the coolest things? This is so simple, and what a fun thing. I mean, I think you could do this with your children. I mean, Walt and I are doing, and technically Walt is just a grown-up child. He's not tangled up. So now this is almost cooked. I'm going to take out my claw to get them out. And then I just transfer them from here to there. Uh-oh, one tried to shimmy over the edge. Get in there, get in there. And, okay, this is pre-done. Now let's just, I already have a bowl because I tasted it. Let's just slap it into the bowl. And look at this. Isn't this cool? You know, in Minnesota, hey, we're already getting hot. I know a lot of you guys around the country, you've got a lot of heat going on, but it's getting a little chilly here. So I'm going to give this noodle a really good slurp. I'm going to post a link to where Walt found that recipe. So if you want something fun to do, that literally will take you less than an hour. and be fun for you and nutritious, I'll put it there. I hope you enjoy it, and I think next Saturday, well, will you find another recipe for us to try?
I will work on that.
Well, make sure it's good and foolproof, because we don't want any issues, okay?
All right.
Okay, hey, bye guys. Have a fabulous week.